Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine. The time to say yes to your dreams and aspirations is here.
Alright, so my brother, I will start by commending your office. I like the fact that everything here is white. Why are you fascinated with or by the color white?
Yeah, basically just trying to create that character of white, and white also represent purity, and in the environment where we live, you just want to be distinctive, so you want to look at you and say, okay, this is basically what they think you represent. And again, I'm also inspired by my father-in-law, my pastor, from the Winners Chapel. You know, most times it's always on white, so I also get inspired by the things I see him do, and I want to tap into that special anointing and the blessings that comes from it.
Okay. Now, I knew you back then as a singer, as a musician, Felix and Moses. Yes. What happened to your musical career? Why did you abandon music?
You know, I didn't. You know, life itself comes in different stages. So at that particular time, while we were playing music in the 80s, early 90s, that was a phase in our lifetime. So we've done that phase. So now I've moved away from that phase, not being a phase of do what I'm doing right now, phase of being a typical entrepreneur, and which also enabled me to contribute to the development and prosperity of the country as Nigeria.
Yes, you people were doing well as musicians.
Yeah.
But along the line, you people stopped.
Yeah.
Was there a reason that prompted it, or you just felt it was time to dump music and now face entrepreneurship?
Yeah, you know, if you take it back, you know, in the early 90s, you know, the music itself, the industry itself had a break, being that, you know, doing the Abiola stuff and the June 12 issues, and there were quite a lot of challenges then that were going on. What then happened, different musicians took different decisions of what to do. People like them, Raskimodo, Majek Pachek, Magokri, Alezito, and quite a whole number of them decided to leave the country. They moved to US for greener pasture. Some people stayed, tried to still keep the group going, and some people decided to pause and take their talent somewhere else, watching for the industry to restabilize itself. So at that stage, I decided to move into communication and marketing. But by the time the industry came back, then you now discover that for people like us, we already went too far. So there was just no point of return back to where you were coming from, because you've already gone too far, and you discover that it was a totally different world, and a more challenging world, but a more fulfilling world. Yeah.
All right. The whole idea about delving into experiential marketing.
Yeah.
What prompted it? How did it start?
Actually, it was by accident. To be very honest with you, it was by accident. There was this company then called Direct Marketing Communications. They came from South Africa. So the company called EXP today. And I took somebody there. I took my junior brother who actually needed the job. And as I was having a conversation with the guy, and the white guy said, hold on a minute. You are the guy I've been looking for. I've been in Nigeria for 2 months looking for who to help me set up this business. I've not been able to find anyone. And so the guy looked at me and said, but you're the one I'm looking for. Why don't you take up this responsibility? And I'm going to pay you so much. And at that stage, the entertainment industry was struggling, you know. And there were a lot of opportunities of having a passport. I never had a passport before, you know. Opportunity of traveling abroad. And so there were a lot of opportunities that came then. And the man believed in me. Because he believed in me, I also didn't want to, you know, it's always very difficult to see people that believe in you. So when somebody believes in you and someone that believes that, oh, I believe in this person, you just want to take up that responsibility and see what is in that thing that is making this man to believe so much in me. Let me try it out. Maybe that's where your new destiny lies. And I tried it and it worked. And today I can tell you, to the glory of God, across all our business concern, we have more than 1,000 people that we are responsible for every single month, which is quite amazing. I believe God knew that was where it was going to go, that created that particular incident of me meeting that person that has changed my entire destiny and the entire things I do. And yeah, you can also say this 1,000 people we are looking after every month. This is 1,000 direct. I'm not talking of indirect. So when you now multiply it for every single person in Nigeria, you have like about 4 or 5 people that are depending on you. So when you times it, you discover it's quite a good lot.
All right. What year specifically did you now set up on your own? You know,
yeah, Oracle Experience. Oracle Experience is 12 years old. Our very first project managed was done, I think, in 2006. So we started 2006 and we've been on for the past 12 years.
Okay, who was your first client? You know, after you set up.
Yeah, my very first client was Nestle. Nestle was the very first client that we got. In fact, when I tell people that I started this business, the very first business we did was 4 million naira. They don't believe it, you know. But from 4 million naira, you move into billions of naira billings. From what started as a 4 million naira billing, you can understand the kind of growth we've been able to record within these 12 years, and God has always been very faithful.
All right, I would like to find out from you, a whole lot of businesses would have also started at about the same time that you started. Some of them have fallen by the wayside, but you are still there, waxing strong. And what would you say has kept you going?
First and foremost, I think it's the grace of God. Is God. I just have to say, not that you are doing something. Find everybody. There are a lot of things that make people to succeed in business and also make them to fail in business. First and foremost, you need to have God in your business. That's why, like for instance, in this place, compulsorily 3 times every month, everybody must fast. We fast every month for 3 days because we believe in the importance of having God to drive the affairs of the things you do. Spiritually, we put that aside. So now let's come to the physical side of it. You know, some people, one of the reasons why a lot of business do fall aside or fall apart along the line, it goes back to like a child. You know, when you give a child money, the first money child gets, one will use it to go and buy chewing gum and sweet and all that stuff. So in Nigeria, most people, they don't like to invest into their business. So a man is struggling, he gets his first contract, the next thing he remembers, oh, I need to go and drive that nice looking car. Oh, I need to move into that nice looking house. Without first of all looking at how much have you been able to stabilize what you are doing. When you need to sacrifice a lot. People don't want to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice a whole lot to ensure that your business itself has been able to stand. So once you're able to stand your business properly, then every other thing can follow. But unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people, they are not patient enough. They are not patient enough to pay that really price you need to pay, because in business you keep paying the price until the last day. It's about price pay until the last day. And sometimes people believe that when you get a one contract, you've already arrived. And when you start to have that mindset, you will discover that you can't really go that far the way you would have gone. That's the way I look at it personally, and that is what has kept us where we are. You know, just being who you are, always always trying to be at your best, always trying to be as humble as humanly possible, because you cannot, like a child, you can never grow more than your parents. So that's also the way your clients are. Your clients are your parents, because they are the ones that look after you. So sometimes I've seen people lose their account based on out of arrogance. I've seen people who are folded up based on selfishness. Now, what I mean selfishness? Because you must look after your client. You must look after your staff. When you don't look after your staff, there is no way your business is going to grow. That is the reality. Because I keep telling people the secret behind our business is because we have the right people who behave as if they are entrepreneurs. So you must be able to put up people to have that kind of spirit, because even if you are not there, they are there to represent your interests just the way you will also do it. But when you treat your staff as if they are not important, then they also will give you that kind of attitude of people who actually don't even really care about your business. And once they start to show that, they start to show on the total delivery of what you do, and before you know what is going on, things just start to lose life.
All right. I would like to find out from you. There are a whole lot of experiential marketing companies out there.
Yeah.
What stands Oracle Experience out? What separates you? What distinguishes you from the other people?
Well, quite a whole lot of stuff. Though most times I always tell people, us as Oracle Experience is what or how do people, our clients, see us as an agency. The differentiation between us and other people is very simple. Clients want to work with agency that when you give them brief of what to do, you can go and sleep without thinking, is it going to be done well or is it not be done well? But most importantly is our structure. We are the most structured experiential agency in Nigeria. In terms of people, in terms of logistics, in terms of finances, everything. I will explain that to you. We are the only agency with footprints across the entire country, with over 1,000 people trained scattered across the country. So we live as if you are your next door neighbor. So we are the only agency that can tell you we speak over 530 Nigerian languages because of our closeness to the people. So while some agencies were thinking about boasting with the African structure, I have an office in South Africa, Kenya. No, that is not what I talk about. I have the Nigerian structure. I'm in Meduguri, I'm in Kano, I'm in Enugu, I'm in Abakaliki, I'm in Makurdi, I'm in Abeokuta, I'm in Jos. Anywhere at all across the country, we are there with our people. We are the only agency who can activate Nigeria within 48 hours across simultaneously without stress. We are the only agency that you will call and you say, okay, I want to do XYZ on a Sunday. I have a brief on a Sunday and I need to start this work on Monday. I can get that done. Why? Because of the huge investment we have. So what we've done is we don't depend on any third party to make things work. So if I'm going to brand, for instance, 100 vehicles for you, for instance, I'm going to do merchandising, I'm going to do visibility, I don't need to contact anybody. We have all the facility there. So we have our press, so we print all our banners by ourselves, we do all our vehicle branding by ourselves, all our equipment, we own all the equipment we work with. So we rely on nobody at all to make things happen. And we go extra mile to make our clients happy. So that's why the clients, they are very always happy to work with us. So we can decide to give clients as much discount as we want to without it telling on the quality of what to do. Why? Because we have total control of everything we work with. From the huge LED screens we work with, stage, anything you're talking about, we have everything in-house. So that stands us out from people. So when you tell people, let's go and drive activation across Nigeria, I'm sure there's no one agency that can tell you, give me 48 hours, I'm going to drive this within 48 hours. Then take that aside. We are never scared to try new things. That's why if you check, we've done quite a lot of amazing stuff. Amazing stuff that you can look back and you can say, yes, we are very proud of what we've been able to achieve as a team. And yeah.
All right. Your agency is called Oracle
Experience. Yeah.
Why? How did you come about the name? Why Oracle?
Yeah. If you look at the word Oracle, the Oracle, people consult the Oracle. Now, if you have issues, you go to the Oracle. You go and consult the Oracle. Say, Oracle, and so help me find out. So they will do other stuff and they will come up with an answer. So we are the Oracle of the marketing industry. And what normally happens? A client comes to you and says, my brand is not doing as much I want to do. I want to do this, I want to do this. When you go for pitch, what do you do for pitch? To come up with solution. So when they come to us, they consult, and then you ask questions, and we come with the answer. So that is where the name came from, as Oracle.
All right. I would like to find out from you, what exactly do you people do at Oracle Experience?
We bring brands to life. We bring brands to life. That's what we do. We bring brands to life.
Okay. Can you tell us some of the brands that you have brought to life, they have injected?
Amazingly, a lot of amazingly. We do quite a whole lot of work for Nigerian breweries. I mean, if you look at the one Lagos that was done last year, which was quite phenomenal, we're able to take Star. We say, okay, let's tell the Star story. Lagos State, as Lagos, is synonymous with the Eyo masquerade. And when you talk about Nigerian brewery, Star is the leading brand, and Star is the very first beer that was locally brewed in Nigeria. So there's so much, there's huge, Star and Lagos, they have a lot in common. So Eyo represents Lagos. So one Lagos, how do we then bring Star to life? Tapping into that Lagos cultural relevance. What did we do? Was to take Star crate, and we use Star crate, and we build this 70-feet Eyo statue, which was quite an amazing stuff, unbelievable, amazing stuff. You know, we've done a lot for Star, we've done a lot for Gouda, we've done a lot for Heineken, we've done a lot for Legend, we've done a lot for 3-3, we've done a lot for Strongbow. In fact, last 2 months we built this Strongbow 180 feet wall, where people have to climb up the wall, and people thought it was not possible. So we do things people believe that are not possible, but we always believe we got everything is possible, and with determination and belief, human beings, things can always work. So we do quite a lot of exciting jobs for Nestle. We do quite a lot for P&G, Procter & Gamble. We do quite a lot for them. We do quite a lot for DSTV. Basically, we do almost 90% of what DSTV is doing. And most excitingly, we are the only agency who, for the past 12, who has been able to keep a client above a 10-year period. And it's not easy to keep clients, but all the clients we started business with for the past 12 years, they are all still with us.
Okay. Now, it's obvious that you've done a lot of things for too many multinationals.
Yeah, we do.
Is there any multinational or any company or any agency that you like to work for, but you have not been able to get the account?
Okay, the only client I've always wished I could work with is MTN. And you know, we almost got there. We almost got there, but somewhere along the line, something happened, and we have to pause. But sometimes I always believe, like for instance, for Coca-Cola, it took me 10 years. It took me 10 years to break into the Coca-Cola system. But today, we play a very key role in the Coca-Cola system. So I always believe that we try to grow the business. As we are growing, we are adding, we are growing, we are adding. So today, at least we have like about 7 multinational companies we are working with. And I think just the only clients we need to add to our portfolio, I strongly believe, which is also going to happen, that will be MTN.
All right. Of all the clients that have worked for,
yeah,
who do you have the most interesting? Who has excited you the most? Whose job has given you the greatest thrill? Okay,
I will tell you the way we operate here. Oracle Experience is a one. We call ourselves a one client agency, in the sense that for each client is a different experience. Each client is a different experience, different team of people working on the client. So if that person, if I throw the person to, for instance, to the Nestle team, that still will be different from the Nigerian breweries team, which is also different from the P&G team. But however, corporately, if you look at it, you will discover that the experiences we get from working with each of these different clients, I think also helped us as an agency to be who we are, because you discover that when you go to P&G, for instance, you see P&G because of their culture. You know, it's an American company, so their thinking, their processes, everything is along that line of just, you know, those. So it's a different experience. So when you go to Nestle, you work with Nestle, it's a totally different experience. But when you go to Nigerian breweries, it's also a very totally experience. But again, because Nigerian breweries is more about beer, it's more about fun and all that stuff. Then when you talk about those mind-boggling kind of massive experience you want to create, then Nigerian breweries give you that room to do those kind of really mind-boggling experience. But when you're not talking about doing consumer consumer immersion kind of programs, you see there are other clients too. You can say, well, this gives you that kind of same experience, but different experiences you get from all these different people, and so it's a little bit difficult to say this excites me most. Okay. You understand? This excites, it's a little bit difficult because there are different experiences.